Tell me more about Will Levis. Tell me more about him and his skill set and his readiness to play in the pros right now, Jordan.
Yeah, I think the thing that's it'll be well documented, and you'll see it in Indy a little bit just because there's not a huge opportunity to show off arm talent in Indianapolis the way that it's structured. But Pro Day will show it off. But he's got a lot of juice. He can absolutely rip it. Point of emphasis for him has been on the movement side of things, getting yourself to a consistent spot. So much about quarterback play, so much more about movement is so much more important in quarterback play than I think people give it credit to, and including NFL quarterback coaches. And so that's been a point of emphasis, getting them to a position where no matter what happens around them, they can do what they need to do when they throw. They can transfer energy efficiently, and they can do it with balance and fluidity so that they can have control. So, Will has a monster arm. The focus is on touch balls and layer balls, just like, the last couple of years has been with Josh Allen in my time with him, who I didn't need to show Josh how to throw the ball hard. He had that since he was little. What you saw in the jump for Josh Allen from year 2 to 3, and then continuing to get better, is just that control on the football when it comes to layer and touching. I just think with Will's buy-in, he's is bought in, and his work ethic is probably as good as I've seen at this age, maturity-wise as good as I've seen at this age. I just think that happens fast for him, that evolution, and I think he's ready to rock. I mean, he's done it at 2 schools. He's had 2 different offensive coordinators at Kentucky who were NFL offensive coordinators. So he ran a system that was most similar to what most NFL teams run, and so I think it's a quick transition for him.
Tell me about Hendon Hooker and his health. What can you lay on me here, Jordan?
Yeah, Hendon's in my group as well, and I mean, what the takeaway, and this will be unanimous, is this is just an unbelievable young dude. I mean, just super mature, has his stuff together, has a plan, and that just shows up in interviews. But but from a health perspective, he's ahead of schedule. He's doing rehab out here. He ditched the crutches a few weeks ago.
That's good.
And he'll be nowadays with ACLs, I mean, you can kind of put a date in the calendar when they'll be back, and for the most part, guys hit it, especially with the resources they have from a physical therapy standpoint and then the work ethic. So I think with Hendon, I don't know what that date is, but he's going to be looked at to be, probably healthy for this season and ready to contribute. And, the gameplay and the system they ran is, from what I'm hearing, is not as big of an issue, because a lot of NFL teams are stealing from college in a way that college teams used to steal from NFL from a schematic standpoint. So 10 years ago, it would have been a knock that he played for Josh Heupel. Now people are interviewing him and asking him how they run choice routes, and pulling from that system and the pace of play. So I think he's another guy who can have a smooth transition. And playing at Tennessee and how bright those lights were this year, I don't see this stage going from college to pro being as drastic for him.
I've got Max Duggan on tomorrow. What do I ask him other than why did you do to my alma mater what you did? Outside of that, what do I ask Max?
Oh man, you're gonna love Max.
Oh, really? Because I didn't love him. I saw him in person at the Fiesta Bowl. Didn't love him at all.
No,
didn't love him. Didn't love him at all. But other than that, it's just personal.
You know who he is, and I know you love this guy. He's like Sam Darnold. He's just like simple, hardworking, treat people with dignity and respect. He's from Council Bluffs, Iowa.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So we started working together this offseason. He had never had a lesson. He'd never gone to one of those camps and trained with that guy, and never once. Played 4 sports in high school in Council Bluffs, Iowa. His dad's a high school football coach. He's just a simple dude who's just a fan favorite of. I got 5 guys in my group, and he's a fan favorite. And I mean, this guy, like, it's nowhere to go but up from here for him, because he's kind of, for the first time, learning the why behind what he does. And that's coming off of a, runner-up in the Heisman and national championship season, right? The final. So
right.
I refer to him as he is a pretty unbelievable ball of clay.
Okay. You're molding him. Last one for you on the before I let you go. DTR, tell me about this Bruin and what I'm going to see out of him and what his NFL comp might be. You got one on that front?
I will say this live on your show.
Yes, sir.
2 years ago, I didn't know. I don't know. Great athlete, great kid, but I don't know. He's a guy. I'm not saying because our month together so far. I'm just saying I've watched, won 9 games his junior year.
Yep.
This last year, back spasms in the bowl game kept them from winning. That would have been a 10-win season, right? And nobody predicted that this year because UCLA, didn't have a lot of stars around him outside of the running back. And so I think Dorian's a guy. Intelligence, played a lot of football. I think he's one of the probably top 10 playmakers in this draft in terms of just a dude with the ball in his hand, making something happen. But he's a pocket passer. And, he went to the Shrine Bowl, I think looked, there was a big gap between him and everybody else there. And from a velocity standpoint, I think people are coming out of Vegas at the Shrine Bowl and then, through the next tier phase of the Combine and then the Pro Days, I think Dorian is going to be one of the guys that rises as much as any quarterback in this class.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.